So this video will continue with the program that was created earlier called grader.js, the JavaScript program that prompts the user to enter in data, store the information to variables, do a calculation, and display the data. Now what we want to do, since we can see what final grade they earned, we also want to determine what letter grade they should receive. So the first thing we need to do is create a variable, and we'll call it letter grade. And that will be an A, a B, a C, or whatever grade that we want to associate with the value. How do we do that? Well, we're going to use something called an if statement. And we use if statements in everyday lives. When we go to the grocery store, if we want to get a tomato, if the tomato is red, if the strawberries are ripe, if the person is cute, if the person is smart, if the person has ice cream they want to share, else we might do something else. So this is called an if statement. And in an if statement in Java, we use selection. We are allowed to compare something. So we could say if the final grade that a student earned was greater than or equal to 90, then we want to do something. And maybe we want to say that the letter grade is equal to an A. If it's not an A, we'd say else. And we could just say you either get an A or you get an F. It's one of those lovely hard classes that you either pass or you fail. Don't forget your semicolons. But of course we don't want to do that. So instead we'll say if you didn't get a grade that's 90 or above, else if the grade that you earned was 80 or above, then the letter grade is equal to a B. Else if the final grade that you earned was 70 or above, letter grade is equal to C. Notice we don't have to say less than 80. And that's because we've already said, are you 90 or greater? False. Then are you 80 or greater? False. Are you 70 or greater? Yes, we're a 79. Okay, now you can get a C. And we'll do the last one, which says else if the final grade is greater than or equal to 60, then you get a D in the course. Don't forget your semicolons, which I have forgotten. So make sure you have your semicolons there. And otherwise, you have the word else all by itself. That else acts sort of like a garbage collector. You're not this, not this, not this, not this, so you must be this. And then what we can do is come down to our alert box and say, which is, and we'll add our letter grade to that alert box. Make sure I put spaces so that I can clean it up a little bit. We don't really have to have a plus there. We could just do that, continue it. So let's go ahead and save it. File, save all, or Control S or Control KS. Let's copy it either by highlighting it or press Control C in Windows or Command Option A, C. We'll copy that, so Control A and then Control C. We've copied the data. Let's come back over to a browser now. And in that browser, we want to go ahead and have a new tab. So we'll pull that browser over here, Control-Shift-I to get to Inspector, paste in our data. What's your name? Mickey Mouse. Quiz average, 90, 80, 70, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100, and 100. Mickey Mouse earned a 74.5%, which is C, or you could put AC. And so that if statement allows you to do comparisons using a relational operator, greater than, less than, greater than equal, less than equal, not equal. If, else if, else if, else. Else acts as the garbage collector, which says, I'll do everything that doesn't match up.